A highly optimized network is useless if it is optimized for the wrong problem. A technically advanced supply chain without strategic alignment is a liability. When technical capabilities do not align with corporate objectives, the system actively consumes resources while failing to deliver on the business's actual goals. Economist Michael Porter drew a strict line between operating efficiently and actually having a strategy. Operational effectiveness means performing the exact same activities as your competitors, only faster, cheaper, or with fewer errors. True strategy means deliberately choosing a unique set of activities to deliver a specific value proposition that competitors cannot easily copy. Trimming costs and speeding up conveyor belts will improve margins for a quarter or two, but continuous improvement without a foundational strategic purpose guarantees an organization will eventually become highly efficient at delivering something its target market no longer wants. Avoiding that trap requires actively designing a supply chain strategy, rather than defaulting to whatever operational practices are currently standard in the industry. The blueprint for that design starts with competitive strategy. This dictates exactly who the target customers are and what specific attributes they value most, whether that's the absolute lowest price, extreme product customization, or strict next-day delivery. The supply chain strategy is the physical response to those requirements. It outlines the precise capabilities the network must possess across sourcing, production, distribution, and customer service. This diagram shows the relationship between these concepts. On the left, competitive strategy defines the exact parameters of market demand. On the right, supply chain strategy dictates the physical capabilities built to execute that promise. The resulting output is strategic fit. Achieving this state synchronizes the entire value chain. It forces procurement, manufacturing, and marketing to operate under the same physical reality, eliminating the internal friction that occurs when different departments optimize for conflicting metrics. Building and maintaining that fit requires a formal three-step analytical methodology. Step 1 requires understanding the customer, but specifically through the lens of supply chain implications. Organizations must look past product features and analyze the exact behavioral constraints of the people buying it. This introduces the core variable, implied demand uncertainty. This is the precise volume of market volatility a physical network must be engineered to absorb. This graphic contrasts stable, functional products with volatile, innovative products. On the left, low implied uncertainty. Basic groceries have flat, predictable demand and narrow margins. On the right, high uncertainty. High fashion apparel exhibits rapid demand fluctuations, short life cycles, and significant profit margins. That uncertainty compounds rapidly when customers demand extreme product variety or refuse to tolerate delays in fulfillment. A network serving impatient buyers wanting a dozen color options must absorb far more shock than one shipping a standardized item to a patient base. The supply chain's architecture is dictated by the mathematical reality of its demand curve, not the physical attributes of the goods inside the boxes. Step 2 maps the physical network onto the supply chain capability spectrum. The left pole represents an efficient supply chain, engineered for maximum asset utilization, lean inventory, and standardized production. The right pole represents a responsive supply chain. These networks maintain flexible capacity and prioritize speed over cost.
Neither design is inherently superior. Their value depends entirely on the market context. Step 3 is achieving fit, deliberately linking the demand diagnosis with the correct capabilities. Functional, low-uncertainty products require highly efficient designs. Innovative, high-uncertainty products require adaptable, responsive network designs. The critical failure point is the zone of misalignment. This occurs when an organization crosses these lines, matching stable demand with a responsive network, or volatile demand with a rigid one. The financial consequences of this error are immediate. Deploying an expensive, responsive architecture to move low-margin commodities will destroy profit margins. Deploying a rigid, highly efficient architecture for volatile fashion cycles guarantees catastrophic stockouts. For decades, supply chain performance was evaluated almost exclusively on cost-per-unit efficiency metrics. By 2026, that single variable approach is obsolete. This radar chart maps the new framework for modern networks: total value. Operational efficiency and customer experience historically pulled in opposite directions. Now, networks must also absorb geopolitical shocks for resilience and reduce carbon footprints for sustainability, solving a simultaneous four-dimensional problem. Two leading apparel retailers illustrate how competing brands solve this multivariable equation by accepting entirely different structural compromises. H&M relies heavily on long lead time offshore production facilities. This model yields exceptional operational efficiency and rock-bottom unit costs. To achieve those margins, H&M accepts reduced agility, unable to react instantly to sudden shifts in mid-season fashion trends. Zara utilizes a nearshore model, concentrating its manufacturing much closer to its final retail markets. This proximity generates extreme responsiveness and significantly lowers transportation carbon emissions. In exchange, Zara willingly accepts higher per-unit manufacturing expenses. The total value framework makes the physics of these choices clear. You cannot maximize every dimension simultaneously. Organizations must deliberately choose which specific metrics they will compromise on to protect the capabilities that support their competitive position. Maintaining that specific balance of metrics requires constant calibration against severe external pressures. Geopolitical volatility and aggressive new industrial policies are forcing companies to physically redesign their geographic footprints to mitigate supply risks. Simultaneously, artificial intelligence and real-time network visibility are rapidly raising the baseline standard of the entire global supply chain industry. Competitors utilizing predictive data can now achieve extreme responsiveness at lower costs, shifting the acceptable performance boundary outward. Surviving these shifts requires expanding strategic scope. A strategy is only viable if external suppliers, distribution channels, and logistics partners operate under the exact same alignment parameters as an organization's internal divisions. A network perfectly aligned today will degrade tomorrow if left static. Shortening product life cycles, competitor technological upgrades, and new regulatory mandates will quickly push a passive network completely out of its zone of fit. There is no such thing as a universally perfect supply chain. Executive success in 2026 requires abandoning the search for a generic ideal and instead mastering the active, continuous calibration of physical network capabilities against the shifting mathematical reality of customer demand.